all the accountability for all the war crimes that we've had over the past few administrations? Have you noticed all that accountability?
I remember when, George W. Bush was executed publicly for his war crimes. So
yeah,
that was a great day. American history. I was like, wow, justice has been done.
Dick Cheney as a consolation first and foremost, but
he was just rehabilitated as a great Democrat because he didn't.
Yeah, Dick Cheney's an American hero. How dare you?
He's an American hero. He didn't support the January 6th insurrection, so he's a true Democrat.
TJ, he's a true blue American hero. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. TJ, remember when one of the biggest grifting groups of all time, the Lincoln Project, showed a picture of Dick Cheney with a mask on and said, "Welcome to the resistance"? I was like, oh my God, they will try and perhaps succeed in some ways. I mean, Rick Wilson, Steve Schmidt, they will rehab anybody as long as it is within the confines of the DC swamp. And what I don't think a lot of people understand, whether it is Debbie, whether it is Pelosi, any of this, they don't understand that as much as people hate Trump, they hate this shit even more. That is what I don't think people fail to understand. It's not that Trump isn't corrupt. Of course he is. He just does it in broad daylight and he doesn't give a shit. But so many of them do the exact same thing. And I think people are just sick of the hypocrisy. How do you see it?
Well, I think you're totally right about that. The reason, the GOP has put forth progressively more ineloquent, insane sort of politicians for a while now. And yet they've remained competitive. And you have to ask yourself, you look at from Reagan to Trump, it's like, here's Reagan. They're not all that different in terms of the kind of policy positions that they hold. But Ronald Reagan was an eloquent speaker. He had, some ability to fucking come across like a statesman. Trump is monosyllabic. So how is this party continue to be competitive? And the reason they've continued to be competitive is because you got these people who are they don't
really great. Well, it's really great that you asked, DJ, because I'll tell you why. It's because we're making America great again. So you just have to kick back and enjoy.
I love this narrative I heard too from Trump the other day where he was like, everything was great, but just in the last few months, it's all falling apart. Open borders and all this stuff has happened. I'm like, wow, he just doesn't even say things that resemble the truth. He just says whatever he wants. And they're like, yeah, that's the new truth. It's like, oh my God.
But do you think maybe that's a reflection in how society is just really falling apart and people?
Oh my God, yeah. I think people are just desperate. And
not him, it's them. That's the problem, is that he can exist like that and people tolerate it.
Think about it. If we were living in a society that
one of the reasons people tolerate it too is like you said, the Democrats are so uninspiring. Just people just know they're not going to do anything for us. They're not going to do anything for us. They're not going to give us a fucking table scrap. The best they can do is we won't actively attack certain minorities the way the Republicans do.
Right.
That's what you get from us.
Right.
It's so wait, the only thing you've got is that you're not going to be as actively evil on every front. That's right. There's some fronts where we're just going to be neutral. It's you got my fucking vote. Wow. What an inspiring fucking figure.
Perfect example that we can give you being in the limp wiener Sunshine State. All anybody wants to talk about is how much they hate DeSantis because they know he's coming. And on top of that, they spent all of their energy focused on the Don't Say Gay bill. Now, that's not to say that it doesn't have relevancy. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is that the bill that should have been getting all of the attention is the anti-solar bill that they just passed on behalf of the energy monopoly here in the state of Florida.
Who wrote the legislation.
That, of course, is Florida Power and Light, which is owned by NextEra Energy, which owns the Dakota Access Pipeline. Everything is connected when you really look underneath the hood of the car.
Well, this is the problem when you have two parties that are both beholden to the same business interests that have to pretend like they're oppositional, right? So,
Seriously.
That's the only thing they have left to fight about is these little social issues. So I'm not saying it's not I'm not saying the social issues aren't important, but the reason that all that other shit falls by the wayside is because neither of them, they both serve the same interests on that one. So
in the Panhandle, maybe the reddest part of the whole state, certainly one of the two or three, is FP&L is very toxic there, because the last time a hurricane hit, they were horrifically bad, and they know that an energy monopoly doesn't work. They want alternative energy. Even in very rural conservative areas, they are about protecting the environment. That's the misnomer no one wants to talk about.
It's true.
So the 3 state senators that represented that area voted no on the FP&L bill. And you would think, oh, okay, well, then I guess the bill's not going to pass. Well, hold on there, baby. We'll have 3 Democratic senators that'll step in and save the day.
Yeah.
So it's a game. And I just wish more and more people would wake up when they're like, oh, it's just Senator Sinema and Senator Manchin. I'm like, you can't be this stupid.
Here's the problem with that. You could tell, you go on the street and say to 100 people, like, hey, is this you could describe that exact situation. Like, hey, is this the way it works? Is it all a game? Is it all rigged? Yeah, pretty much. And I feel like everyone would acknowledge, I think like almost everyone would fucking acknowledge that if you just talk to people about it. But does our awareness of that actually change anything? Doesn't seem like it really does. It seems like, the people can talk about the politicians not taking action, but as far as I can tell, the people ain't really taking any fucking action either. So it seems like everyone's kind of content to just bitch, myself included. I'm not exempting. So I don't know. I mean, it feels like, if we really wanted to hold these motherfuckers accountable, it could be done. But there just doesn't seem like it's the willpower in the electorate. So until the people of this country actually give enough of a shit, I don't see. I mean, and it seems like whenever there is a populist sort of like movement in this country, somehow it's subverted into something else. It just finds, oh, well, it fizzled out. Oh, Bernie, he loves Biden. Everyone loves Biden. It's all Biden now, and then it's all just like there, put it there. And then, hey, populist, movement. Oh, wow, we're going to defy the government. Wow, what are we doing? Oh, we don't like the masks. It's like, what? That's the issue. We're going to like, that's the moment we're going to be like, oh, that's when we're going to fight.
That's
okay.
the hill you're going to die on.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, like, can you save people that are not willing to? It's like if the invading fucking horde of monsters is coming and everyone's just like, well, like that movie, the fucking, asteroid is coming to the earth.
Don't look
right.
up.
And, everyone's just like, well, fuck that. And they're all arguing, I don't believe it. And then the business interests get involved. And they're like, we let the asteroid come closer so we can mine it. And then the whole earth fucking is destroyed. Sorry, spoiler alert. And
it just feels like
I don't know. I'm frustrated with the populace of this country. I mean, where there's a lot of focus on the leaders, everybody's corrupt, this and that, and the grift. It's like the grifters and the leaders and the commentators and this person, that person. It's all figureheads. It's like maybe like someone should be looking at the people and saying like, these are the fucking assholes that are the fucking problem. Like our neighbors and our friends and everybody around us. That's like who's doing this. It's not like the big evil monster on the hill, like, ha ha ha, because everyone knows that's there and no one's fucking like, let's go slay the fucking dragon. So I don't know.
Thanks for watching. If you want to support our mission to transform politics into service, please like this video, subscribe, follow us on social media, and consider joining our Patreon, where you'll get early access to our interviews as well as other exclusive content. Links are in the description. Peace out.